Okay, here we are. It's episode number 9. Tell me, John, this SK, what's up? Where are we today?
Well, we're at Tim Hawkins' place, and the problem with the whole deal was we were instructed to come at night, so people couldn't get an aerial view or landmark view because it's just an undisclosed location, and that's
Area
where we're
51 and such.
Yeah, Area 51, exactly, Tim. Thank you. We're here with this wonderful piece of Street Kings history. Tell us about it, Tim.
This car actually is the foundation, I would believe, of the Street Kings Car Club, and a friend of ours had it. Aaron Robinson lived on West 7th Street in College in Guthrie, and as we all came together, this was the only guy with the car. So this was the first car in the club. And after his passing in 79, the car was pretty much abandoned by all of us, his family, as we didn't know what to do with that sort of thing, kind of like some of the young men and people are experiencing today. And it set and kind of got lost when the family sold the farm and left, went into town. The property got sold, the car got left behind, and it got sold off. And I have to give Jeremy McKelvey credit with finding his uncle's car. Thank you, Jeremy. And with that, we got the car, brought it back, and Mr. Robinson still had the title. That was the most interesting part of that story.
He did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we went over to his house. He was so excited to give it to us.
Really?
Glad to hear somebody was doing something with the car.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Is he?
95.
Wow.
Nate and I went to his birthday party just a few months ago.
Here in town?
Yes,
Oh.
over in the West Side Church.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never knew him.
Oh, yeah, great man. Still has a memory sharp as a tack.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, the car, we've had it quite a while now, and it's been setting, and I've been gathering up parts for it. And we've got a big block Chevrolet with a blown engine, dual carbs, has a Lenco transmission and a 9-inch, the usual hot rod stuff. Trying to give it that.
Oh, yeah, the usual hot rod stuff. Every car has a link on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, hell, that happens every day down in Sonic.
And trying to give it a vibe. The interesting thing about this car is, when we were kids, we had magazines, and back then we had Honest Charlie, J.C. Whitney, and we had Blair Speed Equipment. Kind of fun, yeah. And with that, I still have those catalogs that Aaron and I had circled things we wanted to put on the cars. And this has gotten a little wilder than that.
Yeah, a little bit, you think?
It was in that genre of, kind of that gasser look for its time and kind of a street car.
And what's the name of it? Because of Aaron. Aaron wanted to call it a certain name.
Wild Thing.
Wild Thing.
Wow, really? Seriously?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Aaron's deal. Yep.
Yeah, Wild Thing. And then Harold's 55 was Golden Years.
Right. And then, of course, Radar Love and
Sweet Madam Blue.
Sweet Madam Blue and Orange Crush or the Crush, whatever benches be.
Yeah.
That you talked me out of buying at one night in front of
He's been talking about that lately. It's a whole other story.
Tim was like, no, you can't drive that car around town. It's got too big a converter in it. It's like, I don't think I can, Tim. You're like, no, you can't. But yeah, this car has got the same flames on the other side, I think.
Yeah, that's what's the most interesting thing is.
Yeah, let me do a little walk around, see if we can spot the flames.
I think they're on
My
there.
understanding is it was a combination of Aaron, Harold Ricker, and Aaron's sister Colleen, Jeremy's mother, who put the flames on this. And originally they're above the headlights and then down the side. And I'm not for fact on this, but I believe Aaron was 11 years old when he did that. I remember the first time I went over to his house, he took me out in the barn, showed me this car, and then up in the attic, the second floor of the barn, he had a little area set up, and he had all these magazines. He would sit up there and read them. Hot Rod magazine. I don't know how he, 11, 12 years old.
Okay, and here's
Now, do you remember that same sort of thing, Martin?
Yeah, the Hot Rod magazines and all. Yep.
I got a big question on that, and I asked Martin about it. Where did he get the money to buy these cars?
His father gave this to him. His dad told me this story when we went and got the title. His dad said he bought this car in Coyle in 1958.
From who, do you know?
No, I don't. He bought it in 58. Mr. Robinson probably would remember. And he said, One time, he took the 2 girls before the boys were born through the flood in this car down 7th Street with water coming in the floorboards.
Oh, wow.
It's so ironic that it was in the floods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Wow.
And he said that was in the Great Flood of '59.
wow.
And then he said when Erin was born, she started to give birth in the middle of the night. He threw her in this car. They went up to the old hospital in this car, and her water broke in the front seat of the car.
Really?
Yeah. And he told me the story about cleaning it out, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For
it's
work the next day, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
so it ran until it lost, I don't know, the rod bearing, main bearing. He said something in the engine in 1965. And that's when they retired this car. And here comes Aaron, who'd grown up with this car since '62. And he saw it sitting out there and asked his dad for it. And his dad said he was probably 10 when he'd asked for it. So that would have been 72.
Do you the age-old question I've asked this many times? Would Ben still have a car? Would Mark Elliott still have a car? Would Aaron still have a car?
Good question to ask. Who knows?
Who knows?
A good question to that is look at our friend Harold, who's joined the world, not gotten into cars. Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can be a headache. But earlier, you asked how he was able to buy all the other cars, John. He worked at the furniture factory at night.
I understand
That's
that.
how he
but
bought the rest of them.
But he had 20, 30, 40 cars.
Well, you got to remember, he bought some of them for $25. I don't know how much.
Sure.
Yeah, my
Aaron
55.
was like us. He mowed. He did whatever he could to make some cash. In fact, his later years, was working at the Oklahoma Furniture Factory during junior high school years.
Yeah, nighttime.
I think he worked there a year and a half too, something like
Really?
that. Yeah. Uh-huh. But prior to that, he and I would run around, and Harold sometimes on our bicycles around Guthrie when we were 12, 13 years old. And for example, the 55 that is one Martin has now, the blue car, I can remember the day we spotted it. And the guy was the president of the Guthrie Savings and Loan. And that car was sitting out in his yard. Or not that 55, I'm talking about the other 55.
Yeah, David Creasy had mine.
Yes, yeah, David Creasy.
I'm pretty sure Aaron had to pay almost $500 for it, but man, I may be way off.
There was another 55 that we got from
you're talking about the one at Meridian.
No, that's another one.
Yeah,
we got one out of Meridian. The best one is the one from Meridian.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that includes Martin.
Yeah, that's the one Beecham ended up with.
Okay.
Blue and white.
Thought he ended up with a 2-door hardtop.
So we go out there to this car
No.
with no wheels.
Yeah, it
tires
was a
on
two-door.
We take 4 wheels out there in the middle of Meridian in farmland, right off downtown. Put the wheels on it. It has no brakes. All we have is a chain.
Of course you do.
And a
Across
tire.
the New Yorker with the 440 in it. I'm
What could
pretty
go
sure.
wrong, right?
So we hooked a chain on it, got it to rolling, and then we reach out the back of the station wagon, hold the tire down to keep it from bumping the back of the car going downhill.
Yeah.
And then when you're going uphill, we just have to get the tire and turn it around the front and push it uphill.
And no one got hurt.
On this top, I mean, we had start and stop.
Well,
start
you know
and
how
stop.
helly it is out there, but remember at the end, man, we
Oh.
started getting where we let it roll by itself, and so either you or I can't remember, go put something underneath the wheel so it wouldn't go back down the hill, and we'd start the whole process over again. And we finally gave up and took it to Ted's house, man.
No one got hurt.
No, Uncle Lyndon lived out there off 105. We were fortunate enough to be able to store it there until we could figure out. I don't even remember how we moved it after that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I
at all.
cannot recall that.
Well, I bet he'd be a crazy dude still today, though.
But yes, Radar Love 55. That's the one that came.
It was turquoise and white.
That's the one the guy at Guthrie Savings is on.
And
And he
Aaron-
bought that car for $20.
Right. Yeah,
Really?
dirt cheap. That's the one that eventually became Tim Huskies and Radar Love.
And it had a
later on.
6-cylinder power glide in it.
Huh.
I remember that car.
Radar Love. Man. You do know Mitchell wants to do a drive around one day and sing. We were talking about it and singing verses of it to me, of Sweet Madam Blue. And I thought, wow, we could do a drive around and he could sing those verses to me and
That's some of
explain
the
it.
that's some of the Mississippi clips of the SK movie. There is one with Mitchell in it that is underneath a viaduct, and he's driving an old Mercury Comet with this crazy hat on.
No, that was at the library. We're gonna post that
And he
one.
goes underneath the viaduct.
Really?
Hits me and Steve Rogers.
And that's
Paul
on
Castle in that
film?
green 4-wheel drive. Yes.
Really?
Surprised the hell out of him. He crashed that old car into us. We
Well,
were riding
we-
horse assing around. And
Yeah.
Well, you know Mitchell.
We need to take the big reel and have it redone on a DVD or whatever.
Well, I got it in pickup, so anytime we're ready to go do it, we can go do it.
Okay. Well, all right. We're getting kind of long here. I want to do a walk around the car just a little bit more.
I never knew
It's a 42 Chevy, by the way. I don't think anybody ever said that. Look at this custom logo on the back here. South Logan County, Napa. That's cool. Hey, yes, sir. And also need to mention that Steve Rogers had a lot to do with the work on this car. Tim.
Yes, got to thank Steve Rogers and Don Barber.
They built the
Donnie
headers?
too. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the roll cage. He did it all.
All right. I think that's a good one, John. You going to tell anything about the sponsors?
Well, the sponsor today is Barefoot Billy's. They come down, and they're the ones that offered, of course, Black Car Production, but Barefoot Billy's is the one that done this one. And Tim, did you like the wrap things that they had for us today?
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Wonderful. And I don't know where they come from, but they were made out of wheat stuff. I don't know, but Barefoot Billy's. So if you're ever going to play video games, just go see them.
All right. Stand by for another SK What's Up edition later. See y'all.